So when it comes to carrying out mathematical functions in Excel, there was probably never a better program created. The first stage is to look at the basic mathematical operators. Now these are broken down into 4. If I come over here in our little sample file here, the math sample file, I'm going to put my operators over here so we know what we're dealing with. We're dealing with plus, minus, times, divide, and a little special one of a little hat, which you'll find above the 6 across the top row of your keyboard, and that's the operand command. So the plus there is for addition, the minus sign for subtraction, the asterisk is your multiplication symbol, and then the forward slash for division, and then the little hat for exponential. So those are our basic 5 mathematical operators. We now need to see them in action. Let's just widen that column. So over on the left, I have a series of numbers. If I wanted to add 2 of those numbers together, I would simply choose a cell where I would like the result to appear, and then start typing the formula. All Excel formulas begin with equals. So the first starting point is an equal sign. What I tell it to do it with are the contents of other cells. How to tell it which cells to use, I use their letter and their row number. So if I want to pick up A1, I just say equals A1. Then which mathematical operator do I want to carry out? I want to carry out a plus and then B1. Now you'll notice that as you type your formula, Excel nicely color codes what it's selecting. Therefore you can see at a glance what's been chosen. So here I'm picking up A1, which has got a blue border, and B1, which has got a red border. When I press return, I see the result, which is 46. So in the cell, I see the result of the formula. In the formula bar up here, I see the formula. And if I do my double click to edit, that actually allows me to edit the formula. So I can edit the formula in the cell, or I can do it in the formula bar at the top. Either way, it's the same result. That's adding equals cell plus a cell and plus another cell if I wanted to. We can take away. Let's do that here. Always start with an equals. This time I'm going to pick my 2 cells up using the mouse, because I can actually click on a cell and you'll see it picks that cell reference up. So equals A1, let's do minus this time. A1 minus C3, and the result is 7. 12 minus 5 is 7. Multiplication equals, pick on a cell. Let's pick on A4, multiplied by B4. Return for it to accept the formula, just as we've done before. When we're entering things, we're entering a formula. And we have 6 by 6 is 36. Let's do a division. Equals 34 divided by 5. So it's not 34 divided by 5, it's B1 divided by C3. It's important that we realize that it's referencing not the current values, but the actual cell references. So if the current values change, the results will change. So again, return for that formula to be accepted, and we get 6.8. The last of our little mathematical operators, exponential, follows the same structure. Equals, one cell, little hat, another cell. So that's 7 in this case, to the power of 4. Return, and it's 2401. Now when you're entering formulas, they take the current values of the cells that they're referencing, and if those cells then change, the answers change. So if I were to go into A5 and change that to 2, and go to A3, you see that's responded straight away, so we've now got 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. But if I then go to A3 and add in 14, nothing's changed just yet. I need to press enter so that the 14 drops into the cell, and the result is 16,384. And we already know 2 to the power of 14 is 16,384. So any changes to any of the cells feeding these formulas will result in a change to the formula result. So 46 there, which is adding A1 and B1. Let's add in 100 to the front of there, and that adds in 100 to the result. Any of the other formulas looking at the same cells will also have their result changed. So this is the start of your mathematical equations in Excel. Everyone must begin with an equals, and then you follow that with the cells that you're dealing with and the operators that you wish to carry out. In the case here, we've simply added 2 cells, taken one cell away from another, multiplied 2 cells, done a division of one cell by another, and then the exponential of one cell to the power of another. So the basic 5 operators, if you have these instilled under your belt, and the fact that any cell in the whole of your sheet can be referenced by its column letter and then its row number, then you've got a good grounding in building your Excel mathematical genius.